My name is Sonja, and I have an 18-year-old named Kyle and a 14-year-old named Christopher. Both have used Elite Private Tutors for tutoring, and it's phenomenal. I'm a physician. My husband is a physician, and we found the services to work with our busy, hectic lifestyle, and it's really helped our children. We've used several other services prior to using your service. We've used Kaplan, we've used General Academics, and we've used Varsity Tutors. Now that Elite Private Tutors is the best service of all of those. The tutors are phenomenal. They're young, energetic. Some of the other services were not as energetic of tutors. Some of the other services with the tutors, if that tutor was sick or didn't show up, there was no backup plan. So at least with Elite Private Tutors, if that tutor's not able to make it, we have somebody else that shows up. My child does not run the risk of not having a tutor the night before an exam, and it's just been so much better. The grades are so much better and everything. It's personal, one-on-one. For whatever subject you're looking for, there is a young, energetic college student who knows that subject. They come to your house. You don't have to go somewhere else. General Academics, which we've used, has a study lounge that the children go to, and it's very hit or miss as to what tutors are there that day. And it's also hit or miss as to the number of students to the number of tutors. So with Elite Private Tutors, I know who's coming. If that person is sick, somebody else equally qualified will take their place. I don't have to get out in the rain or anything to go somewhere for the tutoring. It's convenient. Highly skilled tutors, and the personal one-on-one is the subject that you need. I feel that the individual one-on-one is so much better for any type of test prep than the group classes. We've used group classes in the past, and it was just a disaster. Within 20 minutes, the child is zoned out if they're not interested. I've had several friends that have used Kaplan and General Academics for the group test preps. Not a single one of them has said that their test grades were improved or that the kid got anything out of it. And when we've used the personal one-on-one with Elite Private Tutors, for both of my children, their test preps went up significantly. So I would not recommend group class for the vast majority of students. The one-on-one is always better, focused, shorter. Your kid will learn what they need to learn. I have two children that have used IC prep tutoring. My oldest, we used Kaplan, which, to be honest, was absolutely of no use. His pre-test scores were higher than his post-test scores. It was just absolutely a disaster. My younger son, we used Elite Private Tutors for the IC prep, and his scores were through the roof. He got into all the private high schools that we applied to. Awesome. It was really good. It was a much better experience. My oldest is going to college next year. We used Elite Private Tutors for college counseling, and it really took the stress off of everything. It was very organized, so my son knew exactly what he needed for every college. The essay was perfect. The personal counseling with him made it where we had a good essay. He was very comfortable, and he managed to get into every college that he applied to. So he got his first choice as well as all of his other choices, and I would highly recommend the college counseling for anybody. Neha she's on top of everything. She knows everything about the kids. She knows exactly what they need to do. My son Kyle was just so relieved every time that Neha was able to help him out with something. It just took all the stress off. And at that college counseling, along with the SAT prep, he not only did he get every college that he applied for, he actually got a very significant college academic scholarship for next year, which makes mom and dad very happy. The test preps are very organized. The tutors, they know exactly what they're doing. It's not somebody who's reading whichever test prep you're studying for. It's not like a tutor that's reading the book for the first time, which we had with one of the other test preps in the past. The tutors are great. The kids are very organized, calm. For both of my kids, for IC as well as for SAT, they did phenomenal improvements after Elite Private Tutors tutoring for that. The booking online is super easy. In the past, we would have to try to call, leave voicemail with varsity tutors. If this one student you had didn't return your phone call, there was not another number to call. You were just out of luck. But with the online booking, it's super easy. You just you click on what subject you want for the length of time you want. You can pick a specific tutor if you want, or you can leave it open. You can pick the date, time. It's just really easy to schedule, really easy to cancel if you need, or reschedule. I can do it at my office in between patients, but I just have a minute or two. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's great. For my youngest son, his algebra grade has increased from a C to a B+. And for Kyle, his grades have increased to A's. So both my kids have had a grade level to a grade and a half level improvement in the subjects that they were coached in by Elite Private Tutors. With both our students, their teachers have made comments for both my high school and my middle school. Their teachers have made comments that they've shown a significant improvement in self-confidence in the classroom. My youngest, math is not his best subject, and his algebra teacher has actually said how confident and how much better he's doing in the classroom. And then the teachers have also said that this confidence has carried over just into the hallways, the interaction with the other kids. Their stress is not there. They're able to enjoy their time at school versus worrying about having to get home and struggle with a homework assignment or prepare for a test that they know they're not going to do well on. So it's really helped them academically and personally. Their confidence is good. My oldest got into every college that he wanted. My youngest got into every high school that we applied to. And that was a significant improvement from when my first son was applying to high school. It was just, stress was gone, test grades are better, and it just worked a whole lot easier. We've been working with Elite Private Tutors for probably about a year or so now, and the number of hours we use, the nice thing with their flexibility and with the online scheduling is that I can alter the amount of hours per week depending upon what my children need. So it's anywhere from about a few hours a week to 10 hours a week, but usually most weeks it's about 3 to 4 hours a week that we use between the two children. My oldest son is a very competitive soccer player and will actually be playing at the collegiate level next year. And he has varsity soccer, varsity cross country, and then he has his competitive travel club soccer team. And he's just, he has no free time. And so Elite Private Tutors has been wonderful at working hours to accommodate my son's schedule, which is a difficult schedule. It's made his study times, it's got his study times down to probably half. He learns the material, so he's prepared for the test and will do well on the test. It's not that a tutor shows up and does the work for him. The study homework goes much faster, and he learns the material. And without them, I don't know what we would have done this past year. When my oldest will come home, he's had full day at school. Then he'll have had 2 to 4 hours worth of a sporting event. So by the time he gets home, he has to eat, shower, and then look at a huge amount of homework. And he's just burnt. But when the tutor's here, the tutor, he's very calm the minute he knows the tutor's going to be here to help him. And all the tutors are really good at relaxing the situation, focusing on the subject matter, getting it done, so that he's in bed at a reasonable time. He's not up till all hours of the night, frustrated because he's just not getting it done. So it really, really does help. I highly, highly recommend Elite Private Tutors. I've used them in the past, and I am going to continue to use them in the future.